Hello everyone, this is Josephine, and welcome to a new video. Today's subject matter is rather sensitive, sad, and some of you may find it infuriating, so be warned on that. Just a few days ago, I have found out about this Camp Minden, Louisiana. How did I find out about this? I heard about it on the news. A death row inmate who had beaten a little boy to death, like a 6-year-old to death. He used to work here in Camp Minden, Louisiana. His son works here to this day. The key word that got me thinking, though, is the son of the death row inmate had said that Camp Minden is a program for troubled teens. There's one thing that I was reminded of as soon as he had said that. It reminded me of the troubled teen industry. You may or may not know what the troubled teen industry is. It is a subject that's being talked about more and more often. But in case you don't know what it is, it's a network of different boarding schools and other programs across the nation that advertise setting your teens straight and getting them on the right track to success. But really, what happens behind closed doors is atrocious. And the goal of these programs is to scare your teen into getting well. It's what happens there at the programs is really bad. And I think this Camp Minden is one of those programs disguised as military training. I have found details. I've been digging into this, and I found different details that confirm what I believe about this. It confirms my suspicions. I'm going to do a lot of scrolling, so just bear with me. The first detail I want to get into is the fights that happen here. 12 teens charged after brawl at Camp Minden, Louisiana National Guard Youth Challenge. Ooh, excuse me. So 12 teens got into a fight at this Camp Minden, Louisiana. If this was a legit military training program, brawls like that wouldn't happen. The cadets would stick together and work as a team, focusing on becoming soldiers. They would not fight each other like this. This brawl tells me that these teens are so stressed out by this program to the point of lashing out, even at each other. I'm thinking that the parents or whoever the boys or girls are associated with said, "Oh, cool, a military program. This'll set them straight." They end up here. The teens end up here. And they suffer here. They're troubled teens, so they're already in a dark place. They've suffered some kind of trauma. They need mental health support. And then this program just makes it a whole lot worse. 12 teens isn't the only isn't the only fight, though. Fight among Youth Challenge program cadets results in 9 arrests. So since there's 2 fights that have been reported, no telling how many fights happened behind the scenes. The fights that haven't been reported. They're going to portray this as a positive thing because that's what they want the public to see. That's what everyone wants the public to see. But nobody knows just what's happening, really happening. Another thing that I want to cover regarding this troubled teen program is the parents of Louisiana boy sued National Guard Youth Challenge over their son's death. Now, see, if this was legit military training, nobody would die here, especially not young soldiers in training. Sure, it's going to be hard, but nobody's going to die here. Now, that's not the only lawsuit. Change of plea hearing set for a third Camp Minden defendant. So that's another lawsuit. So that's 4 times so far that I've found where Camp Minden has been responsible for endangering troubled teens. Since I have found 4 and I'm new to this subject, no telling how many times they've endangered troubled teens and are getting away with it. There was one more thing I wanted to show you. Another thing that I found earlier was the explosives. Now, see, I'm trying to find it. Now, see all these bags here? Recently, I found out that those bags contain explosive material. And see how they're perfectly lined up like that? A machine didn't do that. They had to be lined up by hand. Apparently, those boys had to work hard and carry these bags around and line them up perfectly. I don't know how heavy this explosive stuff is, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty heavy. And that's kilos of explosive material, too. There was another thing I gotta find it. This here. Troubled teens get back on track through military style program. Style being the key word. So this is not actual military training. This is abuse disguised as military training. And look at these guys. They're all skin and bone. And look at how much they have to eat each. That's very little food, small servings, and a small drink. If this was legit military training, they would be in better shape than that. Soldiers have to get proper meals every day to stay healthy and strong. There is 2 more locations. Camp Minden is the main location in Louisiana. But there are 2 more locations in Louisiana, which are Camp Beauregard and Camp Gillis W. Long, I believe it was called. I've passed Camp Minden before, and it's in a very secluded place. It's in a place that's perfect for hiding atrocities, hiding abuse. My mother told me that they go under the name of Louisiana Reserves. I honestly believe that this Camp Minden is hiding abuse. I'm sure they have other purposes for the location besides the troubled teen program, but still, there's no excuse to abuse teens. What these teens need is mental health support, such as a doctor, medicine, a counselor, things like that. Proper mental health support. They don't need to be scared into not talking about their mental health issues. I mean, these scared straight programs, they don't need to be a thing at all anymore. They need to be a thing of the past, yet hundreds are still operating. I'm gonna go for a little bit, and I'm gonna pass by Camp Minden again so I can add real video footage to this video. So I'm gonna pause this for right now, but I will be here again soon. Hello, this is Josephine, and this is a follow-up of the previous recording that I have created. This is Camp Minden, and every time I pass by here, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. It is gated and fenced in, so none of the teens can escape. As you can see here, there's nothing out here. This is away from town, in the middle of nowhere, where nobody in town can hear the boys and girls crying for help. this is the perfect area where teens can be abused and they get away with it. To be honest with you, I don't think teens need to be controlled or set straight. I think they need to be heard and supported. Programs like this shouldn't even be a thing. I'm getting the chills right now just being in front of this thing. So, I really need to get going. I'm actually scared right now. Please like, subscribe, comment, and or share. I just wanted to blow the whistle on this. Hello everyone, it's me again. My experience with being at the Camp Minden site was nothing short of crazy and creepy, okay? I had gotten the chills there just by being in front of the facility. It was as if there was some kind of evil presence there. I just did not want to be there any longer. Because I had gotten the creeps so bad, I had forgotten to tell you one thing. And I believe that this is one of the craziest parts of my experience on blowing the whistle about what happens at Camp Minden. On my way there, I was mapping the location, and when I had arrived at the right site, which is where I was at, there was still 17 minutes left on the map, meaning there's another Camp Minden, probably for another purpose. There's another Camp Minden, and the Camp Minden I was at, the Camp Minden that made me so uncomfortable, was not even on the map. I had mapped this Camp Minden training site, and that Camp Minden was the Camp Minden Troubled Teen Program. I mean, the fact that it wasn't even on the map, they apparently don't want to be found. And, you know, why wouldn't they want to be found if they're not suspicious? My experience with blowing the whistle on this Camp Minden has been nothing short of crazy. It's been a journey for me. So I really need to get home and get some rest. It has been mentally exhausting. Have fun out there. I'll make more videos soon, but my mind needs a rest. This local troubled teen industry facility, I can't believe something like that is so close to where I live. It's mind-boggling. I hope you can be a part of setting those boys and girls free, because just by the gut feeling I got, and the feeling I got in my heart and in my mind, that is not a good place. I could tell it was not a good place just by being in front of it. I gotta go now. Good luck out there.